Hello guys, welcome to the crash course. Today we're going to start the first lesson of Ncert 7th standard, that is NCERT nutrition in plants. So in the 6th standard we have already learned about the what are the various components of food. Various components of food are carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So these are very important, and these components which are very needed by our body, which are necessary for our body, are known as the nutrients. In this lesson we are going to learn about the nutrition, how the plants take their food, and how the plants make their food, what are the various types of plants, and what are their different mode of nutrition. So let's move. Now all the living organisms, we know they require the food. All the living organisms which are present in the nature, they all require the food, plants and animals, because the plants are also the living organisms. So but the plants can make their food by themselves, but the humans or the animals, we cannot make their own food. We are always dependent on the other plants or animals for our food. So now coming towards the what rich mode of nutrition in animal plants. In the mode of nutrition in plants, the plants make their own food by using the carbon dioxide, mineral, water, sunlight, chlorophyll, and the minerals. So by using all this, they can make their own food. Um, and these nutrients, the food which they make, they then use it for their growth, for their repairing of damaged part of the body, and to provide energy to carry out the various living processes. Now, what is nutrition? So, first definition of nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. So, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization. And the mode of nutrition when the organism make food themselves, it's called autotroph. So, first we have done the definition of nutrition. Nutrition means the mode of making their food and its utilization. So there are some organisms which make their own food. They are known as the autotrophs, such as the plants. The, these plants, they can make their own food. So they are known as the autotroph. And such mode of nutrition is called autotrophic mode of nutrition. There, then the animals, they all they take take ready-made food from plants, animals, or we are dependent on the plants and animals. So therefore, they are known as heterotrophs. A mode of nutrition known as heterotrophic. Yes. Now, how do the plants make their food? What is the various processes where the food is prepared in plants? So we are going to see this le- in this lesson. Photosynthesis, food making processes in plants and animals. So leaves are the food factories of plants. In the plants, leaves are very important part. In the leaves, the food is prepared. The synthesis of food in plant occurs in leaves. So in the I already told you that the food is prepared in the leaves. Although therefore whatever the materials which are needed for preparing food, they should reach that part of the leaves, so that the food can be prepared there. Water, mineral which are present in the soil, they are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves through the pipe like structure. So the minerals and water, they are which are present in the soil, they are absorbed by the root, and then they are sent to the part of the they are sent to the leaves where the food is going to be prepared. Now the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere taken by the leaves through the in through the tiny pores. These tiny pores are known as the stomata. They are guarded by a guard cells. Guard cells, and these are pores known as these pores are known as the stomata. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessel which are on the pipes. So I already told you that the water and minerals which are absorbed by the roots, they are sent to the leaves through the pipe like structure. Now the leaves have a green pigment. So what? the leaves are green in color. This is due to the a particular pigment. It's called a chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. There is a green color pigment is there, which known as the chlorophyll, which gives the leaves color, green color to the leaf. Now it helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. So chlorophyll helps the leaves to capture the sunlight. Now the energy is used to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Now this the sun energy which is absorbed by the chlorophyll, this helps to prepare the food with the already which are carbon dioxide and water which are present. So since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, therefore it is known as photosynthesis. So why it is known as the photosynthesis? This process of making the food by plants is known as the photosynthesis because in this two things are required. Light is required, which which is known as the photo, and synthesis means to combine. So there is a light helps in preparation of food, therefore known as the photosynthesis. Now the four things which are necessary for this photosynthesis are chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, which are very necessary. Water is taken from the soil, sunlight from the sun, carbon dioxide from the air, chlorophyll present in the leaves. Hence we can say sun is the ultimate source of energy. Sun is the ultimate source of energy. Now the reaction, how this take place? Chlorophyll, we know chlorophyll is present in the leaves. They absorb the sunlight. They take the air. That they take the carbon dioxide from the stomata, which is present on the lower side of the leaf. Lower side, not on the upper side. They are present on the lower side of the leaf, and they combine together to give the carbohydrate and the oxygen. Here you can see the whole reaction is given, and you can also see this stomata which is present on the lower side of the cell always, and you can also see the guard cells are there. This the opening is called the stomatal opening, and the side which are some leaf like structures are there, they are known as the guard cells. Yes. Now this during the process oxygen is released. So what during the preparation of food, the oxygen is released and the carbohydrate is formed. This carbohydrate is also a form of starch. Yes. So there is iodine test. Now iodine test is mainly used for the uh, to check whether the starch is present or not. Starch is also carbohydrate. When the starch is present, the solution will turn the blue black. Hence, it will indicate that the starch is present. Now, the leaves other than green also have a chlorophyll. Now sometimes we see there are some trees which their leaves are some yellowish color or some other colors, a red color. In this leaves also there is a um, chlorophyll is present. But what happen? The other pigments are also like the pigment for the red color or the yellow color is more than the pigment of green color, that is chlorophyll. So we see that leaves in red color, or but in that leaf also, which is the greener part, in that part the photosynthesis takes place. Now there are now in the water, sometimes in water we also see there are greeny patches, green color. So these are known as the algae. There is green color. This green, they are in green in color. They prepare their own food because they contain the chlorophyll. Now synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. Now here we have seen that by using the photosynthesis, plant prepare their food which consists of the carbohydrate, but plants need the other things also, such as the nitrogens to make the proteins. Yes. So from where the plants will get the nitrogen? We know that the air consists of 71% nitrogen, but they cannot use it directly. This is because it is in the gaseous form, so they cannot directly take that from the air. So it has they have to absorb this nitrogen from the soil. And how it will going to be this work is done by certain bacteria which convert that nutrition which convert the nitrogen which is present in air in the soluble form, and then it absorbed by the leaves roots. Yes. uh, Otherwise, we also seen that farmers add the fertilizers. These fertilizers are added to increase the nutrients in the soil, such as the nitrogen, phosphorus, yes, potassium. That's why we add the fertilizer. Now, other modes of nutrition in plants. So, this is the green plants. How this we have seen how the green plants make their food, but there are some other some plants which take their food by some other ways which do not consist of the chlorophyll. So one such plant is the parasitic plant. This parasitic plant, example is cuscuta or amarbel. It do not have a chlorophyll, and it has a tubular structure which is yellowish in color. Yes, you can see this cuscuta. This is a tree, and on which uh, plant is there. It has covered this tree, and these parasitic plants they are known as the host. Yes, then okay, these parasitic plants are known as the parasites, and the plant on which they climb is known as the host. Since it now since it deprives the host of its nutrients, its food, therefore they are known as the parasitic. They are known as the parasitic. Now one another example is pitcher. So they are insectivorous plant. This pitcher plant they take the uh, their mode of nutrition is that they eat the insects. They have a particular a modified leaf, as you can see here. A cup have been modified into a cup like structure. Their leaf have been modified into a cup like structure in which there are digestive juices are present. When the insects come on uh, this lid, that is the this lid, and then there are hairs which are present on this, which is projecting towards the downward, and then they slide into this and get trapped inside the in this cup, and there are digestive juices which can easily digest that. So these are the insectivorous plants like the fly trap or this. Yes. Now next plants are the saprophytes. Now so what are the saprophytes? Now you have already seen that if we keep the bread in the on the in the outside, and for 2 to 3 days there are some white hair like structures which are grown on this. These are known as the fungi. Now what happen, so these are known as the saprophytes. They take their this saprophytes plant, they do not have the consist of chlorophyll. Example mushroom, these are also mushroom is also saprophyte. They do not prepare their own food because they do not have the chlorophyll, and therefore they secrete their digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. Means they always grow on the dead and decay matter. Means we have seen that the mushroom always grows on the woods, uh, or the for example that is the fungi on the bread. So they always grow on the dead and decaying matter and make their and absorbs the food from this, which convert into solution. So the organism which take their nutrition from the dead and decaying matter are called saprophytic nutrition, and plants are called the saprotrophs. Yes. Now one last example is that symbiotic. Now certain symbiotic is that in these two organisms live together. Two organisms live together and they share food and shelter. For example, lichen. Lichen it is a combination of alga and the fungi. Now the alga which is green in color and the fungi on which the alga stay. Now the here the alga which is green color prepares the food, and the with fungi which helps in which provides the water minerals to the algae, and also the shelter to the algae. So this is a combination of how the symbiotic relationship takes place. It can also be seen, symbiotic relationship can also be seen in the roots of the some pulses. As already we know that the plants cannot directly absorb the nitrogen from the air. So there are certain bacteria called rhizobium which are present inside in the roots of the which are present in the roots of this pulses plants or legumes dals, and they helps in fixation of nitrogen, and in return that the plant provide them shelter. So this is how is also example of a symbiotic relationship. So friends, we have already learned about the nutrition in plants. We have seen that the most of the plants take their food by autotroph, that is by preparing their own food, but there are some also plants which are dependent on the other animals for their food. So let's move to the next lesson, and then coming in the so we are going to do the second lesson also, and the whole book we are going to finish that. Okay friends, thanks for watching. If any problem is there, if any doubt is there, if any solution and suggestions are there, so you can comment on this.